Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, August 11th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a quick couple of clarifications. Number one, the price you see right here and the candle will be moving around. That is because the market is still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. Stock number one here, ticker symbol WE. Huge volume today, price all over the place. And you got to give credit where credit's due. Compared to where it was on Wednesday, very, very impressive move upwards. Now the price has begun to pull back, which does bring about a valid question. That question being, is this the beginning of the end? Was today just some sort of dead cat bounce one day wonder? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, it's all about this level down here at 19 cents. Why is 19 cents important? And I'm not saying, and again, as you can see here, this thing is getting kind of crazy right now. But like I said, that's why I like to do these when the market's still open. But why is 19 cents so important? And I'm not saying this will occur, but if the price were to come down here and then break down below there, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of this range where it already was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make huge moves and then go right back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power or true strength. But to be fair, nothing can go straight up. So maybe the price comes down here, but instead curls back and then starts to head in the upwards direction. Now, all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have lows there. You'd have lows down here. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, what do you have? Well, from the bigger picture, you'd have stair steps still making progress in the upwards direction. And again, that's what a truly strong move is going to do. It's going to make progress. And again, how is quote unquote make progress being defined and quantified? Right there at 19 cents. So yes, moving forward, let's see if this one can show some signs of progress. Next one here, PLUG, and relatively popular stock, maybe not as popular as it was a couple years ago, but still a lot of people talk about it, but big gap down today, a lot of volume. So I say all that because you got to think, I think it's, in my opinion, valid to think that there's going to be several people watching this one headed into Friday. And the dynamic here that I want to talk about is this pattern here. So we have this bottom part of the pattern, which let me change to green because that is the level of support. And then on the other side of things, we have this pretty nasty downwards move right here, which would be our area of resistance. And what I've drawn here is a falling wedge pattern, which is actually a bullish pattern. You would think falling wedge would be bearish, but that's actually a rising wedge. But pointer being, we do have ourselves a nice falling wedge pattern. And let me be very clear, just because something's bullish, in a bullish pattern does not mean for sure the price is going to go upwards, but it's still nonetheless a very interesting dynamic here, meaning if the price, either a couple different choices, maybe the price comes down here again, finds some support, and then do you get the move upwards? Or is this thing just going to turn itself around right now and get a break upwards? A couple of very valid questions, but of course, nothing is guaranteed, which is why risk management matters, because who knows, maybe the price just completely collapses downwards. That's also possible, which again, that's why risk management matters. But if you do like falling wedge patterns and you like this price range down below $10, keep an eye on it. Next one here, ticker symbol DIS. Disney had earnings, been in the headlines quite a bit. So let's get some levels mapped out here from the technical point of view. So the first dynamic that I want to just point out is essentially this downwards trend line here that, let's try that again. You can see that it's formed here. So nothing fancy, just, there's this downwards angle to it with the pullback here. So keep an eye on that. And then as far as pullbacks are concerned, interesting pullback point right down here around the $90.50 mark. So change that to green, and then to make this ideally the same color so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. But we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big upwards move right there. For you golfers, I'll make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here, and this would be a bull pennant pattern. So yes, this is a pricier stock, but I don't know, maybe you like to play options or maybe you just like to play stocks at this price range. But either way, if you like bull pennants, then definitely keep an eye on Disney. Next one here, NIO, and I mean, there's a couple different reasons why this one stands out, but I think the main reason is because of this level down here at $13, and let's just call it 22 cents, which you can see now has been the area where the price came down there. Buyers showed up, nice bounce, buyers showed up, continue to go sideways, buyers showed up a bunch of times right here. So the point here being is that 1322, if you want to just call it 1320, that works too. But as of now, there does seem to be a lot of buyers that are hanging around that area. Now, does that mean that for sure guaranteed there's always going to be buyers hanging around that area? No, because there are no guarantees. My point here is it plausible? Is it valid to think that if the price comes down here, it could once again find some buyers and then get a move in the upwards direction? Yeah, that is a valid thought process to have. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, which is why, again, that risk management matters. But it's certainly a valid way of looking at things in terms of a potential bounce. If it does bounce, main area of resistance at that point is going to be right there at pink line, the 200 period moving average. Next one here, AMC, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watch previous videos, but if you have or have not, I've been talking about that pink line right there, the 200 period moving average as that key level of support. And you can see right here that, so this is where today started, but even today, once again, the price, I mean, look at that, opening 30 minutes right off of that pink line, and now the price is just cruising right along that level. So a bit of deja vu, but yesterday the question was, okay, can the price stay above that pink line? And the same question once again holds true. Can the price continue to hold above that pink line? Because if it does, well then, technically speaking, the price is still making progress because that line does have an upward slope to it. So maybe it's not going to be the most exciting progress, but it is still progress nonetheless. And that is why staying above that pink line is so important. So continue to watch that. As far as areas of resistance, again, will make a little bit more sense if you watched yesterday's video, but talked about that purple line being an area of resistance. And sure enough, this morning, right up around that area is where it did get found resistance and knocked back down. So if there is any sort of bounce, continue to watch that purple line there. But by far, at least in my opinion, the most important dynamic is, can that pink line continue to hold? So far, so good, but we'll see how it goes on Friday. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description box. Or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage. One special note, it is a genuine live event. So maybe you're like me, you got a bunch of kids, you got a bunch of stuff going on, and you already have something on your schedule tonight and you can't make it. Totally understand. Maybe you're just watching this Friday morning and you completely missed it. The event will be recorded, so go ahead, drop me an email, and I would be happy to send you a link to the replay. But again, it is live, so it first needs to happen. Then I got to get it uploaded. But then at that point, I would be more than willing to send you a link to the replay. But if you can make it live, then go get signed up, and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one, PLTR, which I've been tracking because it's too popular of a stock to not continue to watch, because when popular stocks finally start to get any sort of momentum in the upwards direction, there can be some very quality bounces. And now we have this action after today. So I'm going to go ahead and move up this level of support right here around $15.15, which maybe, just maybe, is some sort of bottom, because finally the price has started to go sideways over the past couple of days. Now, let me be very clear about this, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price has gone sideways for a couple of days does not mean for sure guaranteed this is the bottom, and for sure guaranteed this thing's going to skyrocket. My point here is it now becomes more plausible to think, okay, maybe, just maybe, some sort of bottom is finally in. Case in point, if the price was still just dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom, you'd be totally justified to say, what are you talking about, based on what? But that's not the case here, right? It has started to go sideways. So is this guaranteed bottom? Of course not. It does become a whole lot more plausible and rational. Absolutely. So if you like this price range, you like to play potential, risk rewards from the bottom bounce perspective, keep an eye on it. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And overall, the levels that I've talked about in the past do still pertain. Now, there was a bit of it depends on your strategy, because I put in that level of resistance. You can see opening 30 minutes here, did get a breakup through the level, got the breakout, which was fantastic, and plenty of room for people to make a profit, assuming that you are some sort of day trader. But for the people that have maybe more of a bigger picture standpoint and we're thinking, no, that's just the beginning. I'm looking for a lot more. Those people were severely disappointed as that breakout completely rolled back over, and now the price is essentially right back to where it was. So is this a good or bad looking chart? That's going to depend on what your strategy was. Again, for those day traders that bought that breakout and then sold on the way up through all this, they had a fantastic day. But if you're looking for more, then you're probably pretty frustrated right now. But that doesn't take away from the fact that moving forward, the main levels that I've talked about in the past still do pertain. So because the price has fallen back below that line right there, that remains a key area of resistance, and the price never really came down anywhere close to that level of support down there. But in my opinion, it'll still be a very important level to watch moving forward. So if there is any sort of rollover, then I definitely keep an eye on that level and kind of throw out the question, do you get some sort of bounce like that's happened before? So a more than plausible question and potential scenario to keep an eye out for. Next one here, SNCE, another penny stock with a nice looking pattern here. So as far as patterns are concerned, you got to think that a lot of people have probably taken notice of this and have drawn that line, something very similar to that. And then as far as the support is concerned, something very similar to that. So again, let me get that changed to green. I'm just going to go through this a little quicker because you've already heard me talk about this pattern. But we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the nice upwards move. I guess you could start it here or right here. I'm just going to start it from right there. Then we have our golf down here. So another bull pennant pattern. I know the other bull pennant was on a pricier stock, but if you like penny stocks and you like bull pennant patterns, then I would definitely keep an eye on SNCE. Next one, CLSK, and put this one here. So let's just keep it very short and to the point. So we have this downwards movement here. Then at the same time, we have this area of support right there. Whoops, let me move that down. There we go. And again, you know where I'm headed with all this, which is why I'm just going to draw on it just because I can't help myself. Let's keep it one color. Resistance, support, big move up right there, golf down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. This one just being not a penny stock. So if you like stocks that are not penny stocks, but down below that $10 range, you like bull pennants, keep an eye on CLSK. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market is going to go up, this one will also go up. So it makes it a very popular ETF out there. And this will mean a bit more to those of you that watch past videos. But if you did, then you know that I've been talking about that green line right there. And I'll turn this into a quick plug and advertisement. Go get signed up for that free training that I'll be offering, or drop me an email. Are charts perfect? No, they're not. Nothing is perfect. But are they a valid tool? Absolutely. And you have a real life example of it here. I understand. Maybe you're saying, Clay, you didn't, but you put that line there right before you hit record. Fair enough, but if you don't believe me, just go back in the video archive, watch a video from yesterday, and you'll see I put that line there, and check it out. Got the bounce right there today, which now leads into the big question of, all right, is this going to be some sort of double bottom? As of now, that's a very plausible scenario because you do have a bounce upward. Now, sure, the price is pulled back a little bit, but it's not like it's completely crashed. So moving forward, is this little pullback here just to start at something even bigger in the upwards direction? That is certainly a more than plausible scenario, and something that you got to think a lot of people are watching and is worth keeping an eye on. If it does try to move upwards, then continue to watch that purple line there, 50 period moving average. You can see kind of like Tesla got the fake break of it before rolling right back over. So keep an eye on that. If this does seem to be a double bottom, that's going to want to push further. But if it does roll back over, then again, at that point, from the support side of things, all eyes are going to be watching right down around that 39, 45-ish area. You're going to have longs thinking, okay, maybe it's going to be triple bottom. You're going to have shorts thinking, no, I think it's going to crash. Both people, I can see where they're coming from. Somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong. So as always, and as I've said multiple times already, that's why risk management matters. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then definitely go get signed up for that free training. It'll be this evening, Thursday, August 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. But like I said, if you cannot make it, then go ahead, drop me an email, clay@claychart.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the recording. All I ask, again, it is a genuine live event. So the event does first need to happen. Then I have to get it uploaded, and then I'd be happy to send you a link to it. But if you can make it live, then definitely get signed up. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment, say hi, give me a smiley face. Tell me what you traded today. Tell me what you're watching tomorrow. But those two things really help out the channel, help out these videos, and communicate to me that you're enjoying. And as long as I know you are enjoying, I'll continue to get this content out to you. So go get signed up for that class. Drop me an email, hit that like button, leave a comment below.